Hello everybody, Happy New Year. Thank you for joining me in this video today. My name is Schnugs, and today I wanted to do a quick champion spotlight on the male Aeson. Let's jump right on in with skills at max level. For his passive, Divine Blessing increases all teammate strength by 30%. For his active skill, Divine Shield, this creates a shield for the teammate with the lowest health, absorbing damage up to 936% of the caster's strength. For his ultimate, we have Smite of Judgment. Deals damage equal to 416% of the caster's strength to the enemy with the highest strength and reduces their damage by 20%. Before moving on from Smite of Judgment, which is his ultimate, we do have a mistype, I suppose, or essentially the information doesn't read as the skill performs. So Smite of Judgment actually hits everybody on the map. Every enemy on the map gets hit by Smite of Judgment, and I'm gonna guess that it only reduces the enemy with the highest strength by 20%. But every enemy gets hit by Smite of Judgment. Next up, let's take a look at his traits. Let's keep that in mind. Here's a quick snapshot of my stats for my male Aeson. He is at level 47 Vigor. All right, into the traits now. For the clan trait, Devout, right here. When the battle starts, increases all champions' healing and healed efficiency by 22%. This effect cannot be removed nor stacked. I think the Devout trait should be on every team. If you do have a healer on that team, or if you have anyone that has any sort of passive healing or HP based healing or damage healing, you should definitely have Devout on that team to help increase the healing and keep your team alive. Definitely helps with sustain. Okay, so here are my traits. I've been doing some testing with a few different things, so I've been changing things out. These aren't going to stay. So currently on my Aeson, I have Agile, Brutal, Athletic, and Fierce. I've been doing quite a bit of testing, and I've been swapping out traits, so I'm still working on it, trying to figure out exactly what I want. I do have an idea of my dream trait lineup for this character. That would include Aggressive, Brutal, Fierce, and Focus in place of Agile. Focus to help get those ults off as fast as possible, as much as possible. Aggressive is going to pair very well with his passive ability, where he gets 30% strength increase to the entire team. For Aggressive, he would be getting a 20% strength increase for himself. So that's about 50% strength increase in battle. Every single thing, every ability that he has, his skills all revolve around strength. So his passive gets strength to the entire team. His active uses the strength to actually get shields to help your team sustain. And for his ultimate, it damages everyone on the board, does quite a bit of damage, and reduces strength of the highest strength enemy by 20%. How could you not have this guy on your team? So I want to quickly show my setup for Guardian Defense, which is where male Aeson shines the most. He carries the entire team on his back, throws them in his backpack, and just trucks up to level 85. So for this one, I need a assassin, but it works out perfectly. I use my Devala anyway for this. So here, my Aeson's gonna be in slot 2, slot 3 Limestone. Now, female Loom, because female Loom's gonna buff everyone. Okay, her ultimate is gonna go to the Devala, just because Devala has the most strength right now on my team. I will get it to a point where it goes to my male Aeson instead, but for right now it's gonna go to my Devala. My Loom's gonna increase my damage done by a percentage for every buff that I have on my characters. They will be buffed throughout the fight by my female White Eye and my female Lion Stone with her ultimate, and the female White Eye with her active skill. So they'll always have buffs going, essentially, and get that damage increase. Also, if they, for any reason, have any debuffs on them, they will have a damage reduction buff as well from the female Loom, which is why she's going to be on this team today. I'm going to save this roster here. What ends up happening is that my male Aeson is going to go through pretty much every time he gets his ultimate. He's going to one-shot everything on the screen. He can do this up to about level 70, I want to say 72, 73. After that, it drops off a little bit where he actually leaves a slither of health. So the rest of the team will hop in and finish off the enemies. 75 is the most dangerous. 75 is the hardest wave I've come across besides 85, which is where I'm stuck at the moment. But on 75, we have a male Tidestorm that pulls in slot 5 and kills it. So because of this, I make sure that my male Aeson is never in slot 5 for Guardian defense. I think the male Aeson is going to be great in all content, including Eye of the Abyss, where you have several teams and your goal is to do damage. For Eye of the Abyss especially, not only will he increase your team's damage and help with shields for sustain, but he's also going to reduce the boss's damage, the boss's strength, by 20% every time he does his ultimate. So it's pretty clutch to have on the team. He's a really good support, and although he is technically a support, because his ultimate hits everyone on the board, he's great for clearing mobs or clearing waves. He does really good damage. If you have multiple enemies, he'll usually outdamage everyone in a normal fight because he's hitting everyone so often and for so much damage. To make him work properly, though, for so much damage, to get him at peak performance, to make him work properly, you're going to want to have strength on him. Again, since everything he does is based around strength, it's important to boost his strength. Ooh, while I'm here, let me take you into a quick... Oh, look at Speedy over here. Oh, he's itching to go. Look at him. Okay, here we go. As you can see, the shields also stack. And let's see what we did for damage. With this being a single target fight, my Aeson's not going to shine, but he is going to boost the strength of everyone else on the team and help them do more damage as well. He helps with sustain by reducing the boss's strength and putting shields up on the targets, on the allies with the lowest health. So the shields also stack, by the way. If you notice by the third shield, my female Loom's entire bar was filled. Was just a shield. There was barely any green, it was all shield. So almost 4 billion damage on the clan boss with this setup. Everyone should have a male Aeson in their roster somewhere. Everyone should have one built out. It is free to play friendly. You're able to get shards from exploring and just playing the game, or shards or copies I should say. So it's definitely worth building. He's going to help boost your account for sure, and he's definitely going to at least help in Guardian defense. If anything else, if you don't need him anywhere, if your team is set, you're good to go. You know, if you're able to do a crap ton of damage in Guild Balls or Eye of the Abyss and you don't need the extra support, if your guys are just stacked, you don't need them, understandable. But even with a stacked team, he's only going to make everyone else stronger. So he's someone you should build. If you haven't, again, get on it, start saving up some copies, get him up there, invest in him, and make sure you throw some vigor in as well to help get his strength up. He's going to be great in PvP, PvE, and bosses. So the male Aeson is a hell yes, especially as a free-to-play. He's going to be someone that's going to be able to go in, just like the female Limestone, and boost your entire team's damage. Okay? And keep you alive. So let's get on that, get him built. For anyone that does have him built and has a different setup or has something else that works for them, please let me know what your traits are, what you use, and what you think might be better than the traits that I've mentioned. Again, the traits in my video, they are going to change. It is going to be aggressive, focused, brutal, and fierce. Let me know if you want to see anything else for upcoming spotlights. I'm just going to cycle through when I can and build out different characters and put them up. Unless there's a specific or overwhelming request for a specific champion, then I'll skip to that one ahead. Thank you so much for joining me, folks. I have been Schnugs, and this has been the Male Aeson Spotlight.